Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the Admas Elektrovo route around us, and this time we will analyze general, very Admas situation unfortunately. But as you know, there are always some analogies with the past. Some of them are misleading, but some of them are not. And I would like to tell you that I clearly see the analogy to the 16th century situation. It means religious wars in Europe between Catholic and Protestants, and also Protestants between each other, because this what Protestant propaganda is selling us, that there was only one front, Catholics versus Protestants. It's not true. Protestantism, like every organization that split from the previous one, had immediately tendency to get divided into more and more radical and more uh, fractions that were disconnected with reality. But okay, look what we have now. Now we have things, ideological issues that are promoted by some elites, like so-called, to mislead people, World Economic Forum, that has nothing to do with economy. It should be called World Socialistic Ideology Forum, and also other leftist organizations, and some conservative and other organizations that oppose them. And one can see that now, after especially 2 years of madness we had with the famous Chinese microbe, the religious war between this socialistic, pseudo-ecological, pseudo-environmentally friendly, anti-human religion struggles with the other religion, but the first opponent, this new aggressive religion, focuses on mostly is Catholic Christianity, that is currently in the huge crisis. Though wisely, this new fearful religion, leftist, based on ideological Frankfurt Marxist school, another branches of this Frankfurt Marxist school, attacks the weakest opponent first. And now we see that there is really fight with the political correctness about our knowledge, about our access to everything, to knowledge, to food, to everything, to vehicles, to technology, everything what we can imagine. And now in some countries it proceeds quicker, in some countries it proceeds slower, in some countries it doesn't proceed, because as we see, everything depends on the level of awareness of the society. If there is a faction of the society that opposes in greater numbers, these people who, because they are only not so narrow elite in terms of, it's not so broad elite, sorry, in terms of numbers. That's why when they see organized resistance in some regions, they withdraw. Later they try to come back, but if resistance appears again, they withdraw again. So, but there are societies that are a little bit more brainwashed with leftist ideology, because it's not new. Also, Protestantism had to develop for some time before real religious wars erupted, but in 16th century it started quite quickly. It's true, from the from the manifestation of Luther with this 95 theses that were nonsense, to the peasant war in Germany. That poor peasant took his postulates literally, but Luther, as a guy who actually enjoyed luxury and intellectual debates, quickly just distanced himself completely from the peasants who wanted to introduce all of his postulates into life, and their uprising was splashed brutally and drawn in blood, in the peasants' blood. And later one should see that many aristocrats and first Protestant state, Eastern Prussia, was created in 1525, so quite quickly very strong division in Europe happened, and bloody religious wars waged for more than next 100 years. And now we had observe slow infiltration of the especially Western societies by this leftist ideology, especially from 1960s. 1968, the year of the hippie rebellion in the West, Western Europe and United States, can be regarded as a symbolic date of the beginning of, I would say, serious and organized march of the leftist, pseudo-intellectualist and their influences through the institutions. And in the last 3 decades, this ideology was adopted by cynical owners of the companies just to use these ideologies to gain more and more profits and make the population more and more brainwashed to get more and more money from it. Especially management option in corporations, managers who have short terms, they are using it because owners don't think about the future, because they are also disconnected, they are not ruling their companies, they rely on managers, they hire and fire if the profit is not big enough. And now we see that we can say in some sense that after these 2 years of Madhouse, we have 16th century reloaded. How it will end, we don't know, but for sure it will be historically very interesting, and for people who will participate in it, very tough and bloody, unfortunately. That's why we need to do what I am always saying: take care of our traditions, make our neighbors aware more and more, and oppose stupid practices of the government and corporations. Take care, have a nice day, bye.